on the Gras, Season 2, Episode 5 at the Gras Studios. We have our hosts, Lambo Lawson at Lambo Lawson, myself, Selena at Selena PDX 420. And we have two guest stars today who are really special because we haven't done this before. They are our first customer guests. They are super fans of Gras over here. They come in every week, at least once a week. We see them all the time. This is first Linda Volchening.
Yes, Volchening.
Volchening at Linda Max 71 on Instagram. And then we have Bill Volchening.
Linda and Bill.
You can find him at Bill Volchening.
Sick.
Welcome on the Grass.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It's
Hi,
great
everybody.
to be here.
It is great to be here.
It's great for you to have you guys here. I said that fucked up.
It
That's
is
the
great
wrong
to be
way.
here, though.
For sure. So the pleasure is mine because we share neck of the woods.
Yes, we do.
Let's tell the airwaves where you're originally from, your playground.
I'm from Philly area.
Woo, 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 woo.
Originally.
Hell
It's
yeah.
been a while.
And then from
Jersey.
hell yeah. And then from there you came here as a swim coach, if I'm not mistaken.
I did. Yeah, I
Oh.
coached over to Wallaton Hills.
Very nice.
They're over in Beaverton.
Very nice. And you still swim, like right now.
Sometimes. Not
Sometimes.
Very often. Every once in a while I get into the nude beach out at Salvie Island.
Sick. So when you go there, you really do, you like, when you swim, can you handle swimming like fast in the ocean?
Well, I don't have a swimsuit to drag me down, but yeah, I've done open water swims before. I did a 10K swim from Capitola to Santa Cruz in sub 60-degree water without a wetsuit one time.
Holy shit.
It's been a while, though.
Dang. You ever deep sea dive or anything like that?
Never did that, no.
I don't think I could ever do anything like deep sea diving.
No.
I'm too scared of like, I get in the lake and I don't like the little, like, whatever it is,
Bottom.
the little minnows or whatever
If
that
I
are
could
floating
see,
around.
I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't like feeling around with my toes.
During
Yeah,
the
I'm
10K,
saying.
I almost swam into jellyfish. I saw it
What?
this close to my head.
Have
Yeah,
you ever
Whoa.
seen anybody stung by a jellyfish?
Oh.
I have not, but I heard you have to pee on them when they do.
Yeah, I've seen
Yes.
that in multiple movies to stop the pain.
Well, we saw it on Survivor.
Oh,
We did.
Yeah, there was a
Yes.
lady that peed on a guy on Survivor.
I met a guy out here that was on a season of Survivor.
You're kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, he was actually, shout out to Danny Brown, GC. He worked in my apartment complex.
We know
And
him.
we
Oh,
literally hung out together a few times, and he just casually one day say, I was on season 17 of Survivor. Or something like that.
17. Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah,
for sure.
like-
We're Survivor and Big Brother fans. So just to
GC,
make that
Danny
clear.
Brown.
Woo!
You know what I mean?
Big Brother tonight.
Yes.
He did not win, but he was the last of the four. He made the last four.
Final four.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
huge.
There was
Yeah,
a
that's
there was a
big.
Portland winner a couple years
That's a
ago
lot.
named Vesepia.
Yeah, the sepia.
And she was called Deceptia.
Yeah, and
She was deceptive.
she was, and my sister gave it away, my twin sister, because when I called her to talk about Survivor, she didn't even care about Survivor. She just cared about giving away who won because I had it
Right.
on tape. And she said, won.
Mm.
And I said, great, Vesepia won. Thank you. At least she's from Portland. And she goes, how did you know?
The syllables. I counted the syllables.
I did count the Vesepia. Come on, there was
There's only
only
one with 3 syllables on there.
Vesepia, actually 4.
Really?
Vesepia.
Sepia.
Yeah.
Dang, got the
Yeah.
rapper on syllables. Man, I gotta
She
do
won
better.
$1 million and
She
nobody
did.
ever saw her
No,
again.
she
I
totally
mean, I bet.
disappeared.
Gone.
It'd be
She's
great
gone.
if she was watching right now.
I would too.
Yeah, I would probably disappear too, but she should have at least come back for All Stars.
She should come down to Gras and get some weed.
Vesepia
Yeah,
coming
Everybody
down to
should.
Gras.
Yeah.
She's
in
Portland, huh?
We still remember you,
That's
Vesepia.
right.
It's from like 20 years ago,
Vesepia,
literally.
come down to Gras.
Literally, yeah, you guys were probably just not even born yet. Vesepia was like way back. In
For
season-
Survivor's that old?
Survivor goes back, yeah.
Yeah, it's
older
like
than
20
you guys.
years.
What?
Straight
Yeah,
up.
I was watching that in
You said
2000.
20 years. I'm 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was watching?
It was, well, you were 8.
20 years.
I
I was
there.
watching it 20 years
I was
ago.
about to
yeah.
say.
Kid like, Mommy,
Yeah.
is
'Cause I re-
Vesepia going to win? No.
Vesepia sounds very familiar
Yeah.
because
Back then, we
We
had to
did
go
used to
find our
watch
weed
Survivor,
somewhere
like,
else. We
you
couldn't
know,
just go
one
down
of
to
those
Gras and
I
get
do
it.
remember that. It was
You know,
like
ganged up and
pre-legalization
watched.
for sure.
I love that.
Uh,
Us too.
It was.
yeah, that's hella interesting. I always wanted one of the Survivor bandanas. I'm
I
sure
got one.
I knew
you
it.
can get them. You
I
can
knew
get them
it.
on CBS.com.
I knew it.
Okay.
I got
I knew
Okay,
we'd have
we'll
one.
get some.
Dude, shout out to Bill and
.com.
Linda.
No, we
I'm
would
just
see
gonna
you more.
light up another joint. Why
They're
They're
not?
just gonna light
stretchy.
up
They're
another
kinda like-
I'm
joint.
just gonna light
She's
up
going
a
for it.
smooth and heavy.
You know what they're like? They're like neck gaiters.
Slow
They're all
and
attached together. They're like neck gaiters.
Yeah,
that's what
that's
they
sick.
are. Yeah.
That's sick.
And
So
I
do you
have
wear yours
strings
often?
available.
I had it for a while. I wore it as a Halloween costume one year, and I think
Sober.
I might have sold it on eBay afterwards. I think I made a profit
All
on
right,
it too.
biggest question.
Yeah.
Survivor comes back, and they're coming to Portland. They're looking for people to be on it. Are you going?
No.
No, you wouldn't do Survivor. You've watched so many seasons. You're probably
Big Brother would be more comfortable.
well versed.
You know, I actually know a couple people who have been on Survivor. Elizabeth Beisel, the Olympian who was on the last time, the Olympic swimmer, and Trina Radke, who was another Olympic swimmer who was on there. She was kicked off first, but that woman was like the fittest, most in shape person. They just called her a mom and kicked her off,
Oh.
basically. Yeah.
And she didn't get any airplay at all.
Stereotypical, huh?
Trina,
Yes.
sorry.
Wow, I feel like I kind of remember that too.
Yeah.
Isn't there like at the beginning, like they kind of are trained whether or not like they get teamed up, and then like
Sometimes
the winning team gets rid of the weak links or something like that?
Sometimes
That
they have
happens.
different play every time.
they do.
Right, yeah.
They try to get rid of anyone who seems older or weak
Yeah.
or, not with them or whatever it is.
The
Yeah.
older people do get ganged up on a lot, so we would
Yeah.
have to like fake it.
And they don't have any
I'm
weed.
35.
Right, so that makes things worse.
Oh,
They get grumpy.
well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
They don't have weed.
No
do
weed.
Yeah.
they, or is like
No.
all this shit off
No.
camera? Because I heard from Danny, sorry Survivor,
That
that
they
off
have weed.
camera, not
weed.
weed, but off camera, they're fed rice. They're fed white rice.
White
But that's
rice.
still no nutrition,
Yeah.
just pure empty calories, right?
But they're fed.
It's still
It's not
food.
weed though.
It's not weed. Yeah.
It's not.
There was a
But
guy who
that's
was
fair.
trying to
Who
quit
smoked.
smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes. He came on and he was like,
He
I
was
don't
a-
know, he was some kind of junkie. And he was just like,
No, he was not. He was okay. He won a competition, and he was jonesing for a cigarette like everybody would. He thought he could do it, and he won some competition where he went into an area where it had people, and he saw a guy smoking. He went right over to him, and the guy gave him the pack of cigarettes, and he was literally smoked those cigarettes by the campfire
Right.
on Survivor till he was done with them. And my mother was so mad.
When I found out they got rice, I felt like I was so lied to because, like,
they were supposed to eat mice.
right, you know what I
Like
mean? So what
Jervis.
am I eating this shit
Yeah.
for? Like, I would just, now I totally understand why people would decline to do certain things. Whereas though, like, if I was dying of hunger, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably eat a rat, but I'll say no if I had some rice.
If you were
Yeah.
dying of thirst, Susan would not give you a drink of water. I tell you that. She was on the first season.
I wouldn't be too worried
Susan,
about the water.
so, yeah.
Because I would definitely be drinking out the waters of whatever island we was
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
Some of them islands have some of the freshest water. I don't know about all the islands.
Mhm.
Some of those islands were good spots for water.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So 39 days without weed? I don't think so.
it's 39 days, huh?
If you win,
Your tolerance will be
and then you
Yeah.
get $1 million. Big deal. So you had to pay like 30% taxes or something.
Mhm.
what?
30,000.
So you get 700,000.
Big Brother is a lot better because you're inside at least.
I don't remember
you know?
the point of Big Brother.
Well, the point of Big Brother is that you're in there and you don't get any access to the world. You can't read anything. You can't, it may be a beer bottle or maybe a cereal box. No reading except your Bible. No music. You can't even sing because if you sing, no logos or anything. You have to exist in this world with other people that you maybe not like. So what I would do is if I went on Big Brother, I would immediately become the cook and I would be everybody's cook all time and you would win. And
Sick.
it has been proven.
What?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, you cook.
that's
Everybody
smart.
loves to cook. Nobody
Right.
wants to vote the cook off.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like you ever
it's
see
a social experiment. It
right?
really
You ever
is.
see The Circle?
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
No, what's
There's-
the circle?
So The Circle is basically it's
I-
on Netflix. It's
I
like
do.
a social media social experiment. Can you know
I've heard of
somebody
this.
just based on their profile and not know whether they're real or not? So
Hmm.
they could be a catfish. They could be who they are. You have to like them based on your conversation through
Oh.
this social media platform called The Circle. But you all live in the same building, but you all physically have not met each other.
Huh.
Oh.
Until
seen that.
if somebody's voted off, then that person's able to go meet somebody that they may have suspected of being untruthful.
Oh.
So I think
I'm into this.
right. So this person, I think they might be a catfish. So
You
I got
got me.
voted off. I'm gonna go visit this person and see who they really are,
Hmm.
and then they see whether they're real or fake.
I like that.
We like
Yeah,
those
so that's-
reality shows.
yeah.
You know, Top Chef was just filmed here in Portland.
Yes.
They just had the finale the other day.
That's
Yeah.
that's
We
funny because her and I noticed that a weed cooking show. There was a winner from Portland too. So Portland does a lot of reality
on like
TV.
on like a big one too. I don't want to
Yeah.
name it, but it was one of the big ones on TV as
Right.
well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
Portland has a lot of reality TV stuff going on. I wonder if it's ever filmed out here. I
Yeah.
want to film I have a reality TV show idea.
What's it going to be?
It would definitely be like making the band like Diddy style type thing. You know what I mean? Where you put like a bunch of rappers in a room and they have to come out with an album. You know what I mean? See who can like actually make it.
Come out with an album.
Well, not even come out with an album, even if it was solo individual projects, or if I made them come together and kind of figure out, like, make a label work. If they could come together and like, make it work and make it something, that would then be a label, because it would be however many seasons of you noticing and knowing these artists and everything about them. So now you like them all. I would just sign them all to record deals because I put them on a show, and then I'll be Diddy.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Basically, because the only thing that Diddy didn't do was sign them all. He got the one album. It was a joint album. The way I would do it different is that I would do multiple seasons so that you like all the artists so that they could all do their solo thing, and then they would all get contracts.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch.
Don't steal that idea, guys.
Would you watch?
Yes.
We'd
I
watch.
would. Yeah, we like reality TV.
And then I'll come through and then do like the little making the band like pay homage to it by doing some of the things like sending people to get me stuff. I'll send one of the artists to get me weed, but a certain strain. Like I'll send them for a specific strain. Like go find me something that me and her have never been able to find. Grandpa's gun chest.
There we go.
Go find me that, and don't come back to the house until you do.
Ooh, that'd be good.
And they'll be gone for episodes because they've never found it.
We
Yeah.
would go probably out to the
Yeah.
seaside
100%.
place first.
That's
we
what
go
we've heard.
far.
Or
You're
like
a genius
bands even.
because
Yeah.
the only times it's ever sent to me, like a person's found it,
It's from
is
seaside
when
or
they're
Astoria.
damn near by the beach.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
All like
What's
over by the
your
coast.
white wolf strain? What are you talking about? It's a real strain that you're looking for?
Grandpa's gun chest?
Grandpa's gun chest?
Grandpa's gun
Really?
chest. That's an actual strain.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
We have
apparently
one.
it's,
for it.
apparently it's the dankest of the dank.
The dankest of the dank. Okay.
Yeah.
Grandpa's gun chest. Okay. We're going to have to remember that.
That's
Okay,
what people
my
say.
dad, grandpa, gun chest. Okay, it's locked in.
Apparently it smells like an old man's gun chest.
Huh.
That's what it smells like?
That's where it got. Apparently
Yeah.
it's the most accurately named strain based on its smell.
Huh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Grandpa's gun chest.
Well, we're going to look for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
gotta
think-
go by the beach if you want.
All right.
We go to the
Grandpa's
beach all the
Country.
time. Yeah.
What was
Okay.
that one we just
Okay.
had? We had like a hippie.
Oh, yeah.
something?
We had
Crippler?
Hippie Crippler. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hippie
like
Crippler.
that.
Hippie
It was good.
Crippler.
And
Yeah.
Slurricane, too. That was good,
Slurricane's
too.
Slurricane's great. Yeah.
Hippie Crippler's funny
Yeah.
because it's like you really imagine the hippie getting crippled.
And you have to say it 10 times. Hippie Crippler.
Hippie Crippler, Hippie Crippler, Hippie Crippler, Hippie Crippler.
See,
You can't.
I messed up on the fourth though. My rap tongue messed up.
Real quick, I
yeah,
wanted to talk
I was
about
just about to say, let's plug the products
Yeah.
today as we're
We're
sipping on
consuming.
all this
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
We're about to get them
It's very good.
ingested with an edible from. Go ahead, Selena.
Lori and Mary Jane's.
Bow.
Yes, we're doing a vendor day Friday with them this Friday from 4 to 7. Their stuff will be on sale all day on Friday. But we have a confetti sprinkles cookie right here that we're going to eat. They're 50 milligrams each, so we can just take pieces if
Oh, yeah.
you want to try it.
She
Sure.
could eat the whole thing.
No,
And if you would like to-
We bought two, so we expect
If you would like to, we have
expect you
two.
both to eat the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay.
You challenge her to eat the whole
I
thing?
challenge
It's not
you
a challenge,
both.
But yeah, with him it is.
I'll have a little taste.
Yeah, he'll
A
have a
little
taste.
taste.
But I can
She can eat the whole thing.
easily.
It's such a good cookie. A taste ain't gonna do enough.
So-
I don't even like cookies that much.
Wow.
No?
Huh.
How can you not like cookies?
No cookies?
I like non-medicated.
So I'll let you guys.
But edible cookies. I mean, like edibles in general. I don't like edibles that much.
I love edibles. I'm
Because
an
I
edible
love
queen.
smoking.
Who wants some?
I am. We got engaged actually on some very powerful
All right.
edibles.
I'm going
And
to take
Snap.
like
we
that
did,
part
and
there.
they were great
I'm
for
going to
us.
leave the rest for
seriously.
her.
Are you going to leave the
Okay,
rest for
that's
me?
perfect.
Okay. Ooh, that's
Mm.
gorgeous.
And then we brought some flour today, Lambo. Why don't you show some of that?
That's
Mm.
delicious.
Definitely a good cookie. This is
Not too sweet.
the Super Grunts 29. We got this from Panky's.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Snatchagram. That's what the bag says on the back. That's what the SAG stands for. This is
What you got in
really,
there?
really good farm. We got
Try a ginger
the
beer.
we got
Is
the
there whiskey
early drop.
Mhm.
Come get these at Gras as of today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Panky's. Shout out to the guy who gave it to us. You know what I mean? Yeah, super grunts. We just smoked some of it. Very, very good. We're gonna smoke some more of it right now. I'm just gonna fuse it with moon rocks this time. Yeah, that's a good ass cookie, isn't it?
It's
Really
delicious.
good.
Oh, you're eating some of the cookie? No, I'm
How's
Chantel, eat some of this cookie.
Chantal?
Shout out to Chantel. She's over here from Philadelphia, right?
And then we also brought some dabs. If anyone is interested in those from Sterling Gold.
If anybody's
She is.
interested in those,
Okay, we'll get that started then.
Mhm.
I'll
But
take
yeah,
a
these
dab.
guys are here. All right. We have the Runts pull and snap.
Mm.
Runts. Yeah.
And the ginger beer is delicious with mixture.
Oh yeah,
whiskey.
shout out to
Thank
the
you,
magic
Linda.
drinks.
Yes.
Did you guys feast on this cookie enough? You guys want more cookie?
I'm having a little more.
You want to eat some of this cookie? You say
Linda,
you want a little
Mhm.
more?
I'll let you make a dab
Mm.
so I don't make it too
You
big.
make
some of
sure
this
to
fucking
make your
cookie,
dab.
Yeah.
Suck it, right?
I have one of these joints.
So here in a minute. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
go
gonna be
ahead. We
hot.
have every
And
kind you
so-
can think of. All 3 flavors.
All the new ones
Ooh,
that
some
I haven't
exotic
tried yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That one's really good too.
Shout out to exotic.
Is it ready to go?
We have
It's a
all
little
3
hot,
exotic
so I'll
blend
hand it to you
flavors
when
here
it's, like,
today.
cooled down
And I
enough.
hold it right
Sativa,
where you hold
hybrid,
it,
and
and then I just
indica.
tap it into the bowl,
know,
right?
Into the
saying.
bottom, and then breathe
Get
in
these.
as you tap
Oh
it.
shit.
Okay.
Get these at your
Very
earliest
technical.
convenience.
Yeah.
I've done dabs before, but
You
someone
know,
always hands it to me.
Lucid
So.
Blue, Pluto's Fire.
Always, yeah, it's
Vanilla
okay.
And don't
OG.
hold it in, blow it out.
Exactly,
Get it
yeah, you
quick,
don't
you
have to
bitch.
hold this in, for sure.
We love those
Okay.
pre-roll packs. We really do. It's like buying a pack of smokes.
Yeah. This
More,
is like,
more.
I feel like growing up, everybody used to say, one day you're going to be able to buy weed like packs of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And we've made it.
We made
We
it.
did.
We made it. Look, Mom.
I'm doing good.
My mom used to hate when I came home, like, smelling like, not that she hated that I came home high. She hated that I came home smelling like weed.
I think that's it for me.
She's like, you
Okay.
smell so
Oh, I
bad.
did it all good.
Wow, she's good.
Yeah, it's off of there.
Oop. Don't hold it in.
She would tell me to
No.
change my clothes
No,
before
no.
I came home. It was just because she didn't want me to drive and get
Ooh.
pulled over
Oh, I
smelling
like
like
it.
that.
Yeah?
She's like,
It's
bring
the
change
pull
your
and
clothes
snap,
change wherever
so-
you're at.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just nowhere.
Delicious.
Yeah, I can't
Good.
just change.
Good.
Bill's pretty impressed with my
clothes would be in the
stonerness.
same
I
place.
am.
Yeah.
It's all gonna smell the same.
We are kind of
Lambo.
a later in life relationship, so it's good that we met each other because I've never met anybody that can smoke more weed than me.
Sick. So, do you two have
He
a?
can.
Do either of you, if not both of you, have a top 5 favorite strains?
Ooh.
Well, before we talk
Excuse
about
me.
that, we need to talk about what we used to get, like back in the day.
Let
me Yeah.
go.
You guys call it swag, right?
We called it Reggie back home.
Reggie, we called it Mersh. Coming from New York, we called it
What-
Mersh, and it was brown shake, and half of it was seeds. You need a double record album to shake the seeds out of it, and Mersh was short for commercial, so it's commercial weed. It was just
like a prop,
the crappiest crappy
like
weed.
prop weed, like for movies. Like you just felt like it was just.
Not even
Commercial
good
prop.
enough for prop weed because it was brown. It was like brown shake.
Ugh.
Terrible.
Ditch weed.
And
Dirt.
you know, of course, you get a seed in there, and it'd be like popping while
at
you
you.
try to light a bong. It's terrible. All bongs were plastic, then.
Unsafe.
unsafe.
All
All bongs-
smoking that.
All bongs were plastic back in the
they,
80s.
Would they like melt
No, there were these
They had
bongs
two-
called.
after a while? You know what I mean? They wouldn't like.
No.
keep
They,
forming?
if you tried to clean them with alcohol, though, they'd become sort of cloudy. You know how
Yeah.
plastic gets if you drink too many drinks out of
Right,
like a
like
clear
when a
plastic
Snickers
cup.
bar is old, it looks like streaky, like type
Gritty.
shit.
Yeah,
Like
kind of
when-
like when a
Yes.
Snicker
Old
bar is old.
like old chocolate in general.
Yeah.
Only reason I said that is because somebody just gave me
Acid
some
sure,
old
right?
chocolate
From
today.
here.
So what I'm saying is we've come a long way. We used to get bale weed that washed up on the shore of the ocean. It was in a bale and it had sand in it, and it literally smelled like salt water. And we'd have to shake the sand out of it and dry it out before we smoked it. We would have to wait. Like when I got here to Oregon, no connections whatsoever. I think we had to wait like 5 hours for some heroin addict to come and get us like an ounce for $360. It was like that. But anyway, when the weed shops opened up and we had all these products,
Yes.
I'm making you
All the products you can think of. Yeah.
in packages. I mean,
The packaging.
wow.
But it was an ounce of like bad shit for 360.
For 360. Yeah,
Oh
you're
no,
lucky
no.
it was-
Back then we couldn't get an ounce.
Oh yeah, you got what you
every
got.
once in a while we would get
He
this
got handfuls of weed that were handed to him. He had to put them in his pocket. Loose weed.
at Washington Square Park in New York. Some guy walking around, smoke. But every once in a while we would get something divine from the West Coast,
Right.
from Humboldt County, or this Sensimilia. So Sensimilia was sort of like our first taste back in the early to mid 80s.
That was my next question. When did you really taste it? When did you taste weed and you were like, oh shit?
I went to a prep school, so we had some people who would go into New York. They would get the best weed that they could get, or Philly. We were midway between New York and Philly, and they'd bring it back, and we had all kinds of shenanigans going on there. So we would see Sensimilia every once in a while, and weed that came in buds with little orange hairs on it and everything. So that's where it kind of began. First time I smoked pot was probably when I was 11 or 12. It was with Janine Nalbone's sister in Moorestown, walking from Moorestown Middle School to the high school on the path. And she had a joint, and we didn't get stoned, but we smoked it.
Nobody ever gets stoned the first time. I didn't. Me and my friend were looking at each other like, did it work? And he was like, I think so.
Yeah.
And like we tried to feel it, and then the next time we smoked, we was like, okay,
laughing and laughing.
Yeah, shit started to look weird, and even though it was bullshit weed at that time too, but it was like our first little, and I was like, I wouldn't say I was 12, I was like 13, 14 when we first like did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think first time I got really baked was I was 16, and somebody had this great weed at Petty in one of the dorm rooms because we were living. I was living
Petty.
there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Petty.
I used to party there too.
At Petty?
Yeah, one of my homies went there.
I went there. I was really shocked at what a great high school it was. We met somebody when we were walking around campus, and I inadvertently offered a joint to like a faculty member.
What?
She was like, oh, no. And I was like, no, it's Oregon stuff. And he was like, she works here. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Oh, wait, are you talking, there's a Petty out here?
No, we went to the reunion.
Oh,
we went to the reunion. Yeah, we went a couple years ago.
I just thought it was cool.
I'm
like, you want to join?
This young faculty member, and I was like, you just offered a faculty member a joint.
She was like, no. But I could tell her eyes were saying yes.
When I was in school,
she was from Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Petty was killing sports when I was in school.
Yeah.
Like sports was, y'all were like, they were like everything, like football, like soccer, basketball. Like they were good at everything.
Petty had a good swim team too, and actually, it's funny that we're talking about this because I just got inducted into the Petty School Sports Hall of Fame.
Holy shit!
Congratulations.
Holy shit!
That's what we're
great.
going to
Celebrate.
Edgefield. Last
That's
time
why we
saw
went
you
to
guys.
Burn
Edgefield.
one.
We went to burn one for that.
We got to burn one.
So
you should light up this one.
I
It's a special
graduated
one.
in 1984, but I went back and I was coaching the swim team there in the mid 90s. So 1995, we won the National High School Championship in swimming,
Holy shit!
and I was one of their coaches. So
Oh dang.
Dang.
Can you pass that?
So you're like destined to like have a movie come out about you soon.
Lighter? The dabber.
The
dabber.
dabber.
needs the dabber. So the guy who was the head coach there now is now an Olympic coach. His name is Ray. Ray Lewis. And he coaches at Indiana. And he coaches this woman named Lily King, who's on the Olympic team. She's the world record holder in the 100 breaststroke, and she's the finger wagger from the last Olympics. She's the one that wagged her finger at the Russian who was caught doing it. She's the finger wagger.
What?
Yeah, Lily King, finger wagger.
How do you feel about the whole because I feel like track and swim are the same thing. You hear about the whole Sha'Carri Richardson thing. She smoked.
Yeah.
She tested
Man.
positive for marijuana, right?
Yeah.
How do you
She
feel
did.
about that? You know what
I don't feel like
Not a
marijuana is a
performance.
performance enhancing drug.
Right. Is that what they called it? They called it an enhancer.
Maybe
That's what it is.
recovery.
Yeah.
Recovery enhancement.
You know,
Yeah.
probably is
They
more
should
now
let
than
them.
it ever was. But
It's so good
yeah.
for, the mental state. Because, the
Yeah.
press is so all over these Olympians, right? They can't even finish their race. They're, and they got their cameras and their
if you're
phones. How do
smoking
you
it,
feel? What
though,
do you think?
True.
It's
that
so
can't help your
stress.
performance.
These
Right.
poor kids,
You know?
they need weed. They do. They should let them have weed, you know?
I felt bad for her.
And then she had just lost her mother or something, if I'm not mistaken,
She
which is
did,
why
yeah.
she smoked. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I felt bad for her. There's been swimmers who tested positive for weed.
right.
Actually, Michael Phelps didn't test positive for weed. He was just photographed smoking a bong.
Yeah.
And Gary Hall Jr.
Swap it up.
tested positive for weed one time. And he's cool. I like Gary Hall Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel? You think weed? What do you feel about it?
I just feel like it's like legal in so many areas. I don't know much about like the regulations of track and field, so I don't have like much of an opinion that even like matters or carries. But I just feel like, you know, weed is moving forward, you know what I'm saying, into the future. And I feel like so is everybody else, even the athletes. They're not, you know, blind.
Yeah.
They're seeing everything too, and they're curious about the medicine. And I feel like it's kind of like they should be allowed to. I feel like it should switch up regulations, like because these are traveling athletes at that. Like they're going to all these places where people enjoy smoking while they watch them. Like it's just kind of like
they don't test for tobacco or alcohol, so why should they test for marijuana?
Exactly.
You know, that's kind of so you're basically saying that the athlete can go and become an alcoholic instead of a pothead and still keep their job and be able to run in the Olympics. I don't think that's necessarily fair. But like I said, who the fuck am I?
Yeah. Well, I'm interested in the use of performance-enhancing drugs because we've had now 5 years between Olympic cycles, and there's been a long history of doping in sports, especially in swimming with the East Germans and the Chinese. And I just wonder who's going to show up in Tokyo and what they're going to look like. But I don't think anyone who smoked marijuana will necessarily have a performance-enhancing advantage from that.
Right.
Maybe with recovery,
I don't see why. How recovery? What, my limbs feel okay for 2 hours? I still got to run tomorrow and know I can't smoke before I.
Well,
me
if
personally,
you think about it, lotions and like bath soaks also make you positive for THC.
Right.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do any of that. And that we've sent some to our 90-year-old mother, his mother in Maine.
We sent her some
topical Empower stuff, and she likes it.
You should try that THC lotion we got in there by Amundsen's. My mom loves that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try it.
Yeah,
we'll send it to her.
That's real cool.
She's like 90 years old.
My mom's not 90, but she
I liked all that stuff too. I tried the bath bombs. I tried the lotions. I try it all.
Yeah, we have some bath
the
bombs.
Amundsen's is really good. She like needs that.
Yeah.
And it's like calling me if she's running out like quickly. So I would definitely I try to give that to everybody that likes the topicals because it actually works. It even kind of gets me.
Ooh, well, I'll try it.
And I got a high tolerance, and it kind of ends up getting me.
I have an ankle that I could use it on.
Hell yeah! So back to the top 5 favorites.
Top 5 favorites.
I forgot.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Yep, cotton candy.
Mm-hmm. We'll just give them to you together.
That's old school.
We'll give them to you as couples top 5. One of mine has to be Obama Kush.
Yeah.
And Obama Kush has a very special memory because we were hanging out at her parents' house before they were clearing it out and selling it. And this couple came over, and the guy the guy just came over, not his wife. His wife's a little sick. She's got Parkinson's. But he was wearing like a veteran type hat. And I kind of sensed that he might be a little right-leaning.
Right.
And we're liberal. So, anyway, her whole family is Democratic. And I guess we got on the topic of giving him a joint for his wife who has Parkinson's.
Right.
So I went out to the car and I was looking for a joint. And the only thing I could find was Obama Kush. So I, ripped the label off of it really quickly so he wouldn't see that it was Obama Kush because he probably wouldn't have wanted anything to do with it.
Oh my God.
I know.
And,
I love that I gave a Republican Obama Kush.
He did, yes. He didn't even know it.
That's fucking sick. And he smoked it. Did he like
his
it?
wife did, yeah.
Yeah, she smoked it.
She did, yes.
She loved it.
It helped her with her tremors. And he
what
actually
the fuck
wanted
was that?
to know
Give
what
me some
strain
more.
it was. I had to tell him.
You told him Obama Kush? Oh my
straight face.
God.
And he went, thank you so much, Linda. That's it.
They came to our wedding.
This is a man who actually before had told me he'd called him Obama. And I was like, no, let's not go there. Yeah.
Holy shit. You should have called it.
It was great. No, he
couldn't call it anything else. Yeah, he couldn't call it anything
Obama
else.
Kush.
I told him there was other strains besides that. He could just ask
think
people
Obama,
to work there.
You think Obama smoked Obama Kush yet?
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope
Probably.
so.
It's his strain.
Best president
You think?
ever.
Mhm.
And yes, he has to have smoked that.
Eddie
He has to have
I
heard
think
about
so.
it.
I'm still
No,
working.
He hears
still
about
working. Me
everything.
too.
I'm about to
Any
roll
more
it.
over there.
I'm about
You
to
want
roll
one?
a burn one.
Sure, yes, please.
Gras Cannabis, 621 Southeast 7th Avenue.
Yes. Lighter or which
Indica?
one? Indica.
Relax and chill or smooth and heavy?
Smooth and heavy.
Smooth and heavy. They've got
heavy.
indica, hybrid, and
It's
These
so
are
sativa.
our
funny.
favorites,
It's so
the
fun.
exotic
That's
blends.
literally
They're
how
literally our
people
favorites.
reference those.
I
Like,
like
Smooth and heavy.
I'll be talking to the customers. I'll say the strain. I'll say the percentage. Everything you think they want to hear. And then they'll read the box and be like, lifted and ready.
This?
Yes.
I think I want to be smooth and heavy.
Blueberry.
My brother
I'm
Mike,
like,
he's really into the THC of anything. It doesn't matter what
Doesn't
strain it
even
is.
fucking matter, though.
I know, and I am not into the THC. The lower, the better.
He
There
That's
likes
for
to
me.
impress the ladies with
He's
his
always
big
like, "Oh, look,
THC.
We had a really good
30%
farming
THC.
today show us some weed that was like really high testing, and we were just like, "What the hell?" It was like
Yeah.
38%. We was like, "Come on!"
Wow, my brother.
I have
Mike
a
would be all
secret.
over that.
I don't
I have a
believe
secret.
anything over
The
33.
low THC makes women very romantic.
Really?
Yeah,
It's an
I think so.
aphrodisiac.
It's an
Yeah.
aphrodisiac. Yes,
I
it
Holy
is.
think so.
shit,
Yeah.
It
dude!
is.
So anything under 20, right?
I'd say 17 is a sweet spot.
Sweet spot. Yeah.
Sorry.
We got some
Yeah.
gelato
They should
33 in
literally-
there that's like a 15%er. So you're saying that that's really some gold right
They
there?
should really
There
be
is.
marketing this towards women more. I have actually a pack in the car of these I kind of makes me
Lady
mad. They're called
J's.
Lady J's.
Yes.
I'm a lady smoking my Lady
We
J.
love them.
But they're about 17%. And I swear to God, they have something there.
One of the
So quick.
owners are going to be performing June 24th.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly what he
Yeah.
said on July
Harley.
24th.
Yay.
We're
Harley
having her
and Band.
perform for that. There's a whole concert happening.
It's like a block party.
There's a
Block
Lady
party.
J.
Oh, I like
So
Who's
Lady J.
performing?
Smoke Lady
Yeah.
J's.
Lady
Smoke
J's
Lady
is like
J's?
throwing the,
The
whole thing.
owner,
I brought
one of
Lady
the
J's
owners,
to
is
the
also a
ladies pinball
musician.
tournament on
And
Wednesday,
she's
hoping
performing
that
at
someone
the
will be
store on the
worthy of sharing
24th.
one
It's a
with,
whole
and
block
no, they
party.
weren't. So I smoked
Oh
a
my
Lady
God.
J
24th
solo.
And no, they weren't.
Mhm.
Damn,
Yes,
I wish I was in the
100%.
area.
I
Pull up,
From
smoke a
4
joint with
to
you.
10
It
or
was
What
fun.
day
I'm
is
sorry,
it?
6
Tonight?
to 10.
It's not a
I
Friday.
It's
did
is
a
it?
Saturday.
First, but now
Oh,
they're
good,
like
'cause
kind of
Fridays
my
we have
favorites
pinball
besides the
Sundays.
exotic.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday.
I always joke about Lady J's because she gave me a strain to try that like I don't see anywhere else. So I always joke about that. I had some.
have to go
I
look
had
at
some
ours.
called elephant crackers.
Elephant crackers.
Elephant crackers. Yeah, that
Vermilion
rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah,
We had animal crackers, maybe.
I think
Animal
elephant
cookies.
crackers is their way of saying not saying animal cookies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's why
They
it's
couldn't
called
say
animal
Girl Scout
crackers.
cookies after a while or
So
something like
GS.
that.
Or
Yeah.
animal crackers.
I think the
Yeah.
animal
That had to
cookies
do
thing
with-
became
with
an issue,
kids.
or animal
Anything that
crackers
had to do
became
with
an
kids,
issue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because-
Anything's going to be trademarked.
Right, just like Garanimals, like was
Oh,
a
yeah.
strain that got
Right,
blackballed
right.
because there's like a bunch of things. It's like a
Right.
children's clothing line. It's like a
Mm.
child's kid show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of creepy to have
Anything
a strain. I get
kid-related.
it.
We're
Yeah.
going to have to come back on the
Yeah.
show because I have been collecting weed packaging ever
Yeah.
since the beginning of recreational marijuana here in the
Ooh.
Northwest.
Have a whole
Why
bin.
didn't
The,
you
what are
bring
the,
that?
I don't.
We
I
should
didn't
have.
even. I just. I
Stoners.
forgot.
Holy shit.
I forgot.
That's
We'll come back.
crazy.
We'll come
Hell
back and
yeah.
I'll bring my
Yes.
collection of weed things. There was this one little package that we got at the very beginning, and it had like a gram of weed for $35, and it was called legal weed.
Legal weed.
And the package
First
says
strain,
legal weed.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I only saw
Yeah.
it once, but then it was
A
gone.
lot of
and
this stuff is gone.
a lot of
Was
these
it, like,
things have come and
amazing?
gone. Girl Scout cookies, everything like that, kind of come
I
and
wasn't
gone.
with him when he got that.
Well,
we were on our own journeys
If
at
you
that time.
if you watched our show, we've talked about something similar to what you just said. And keep in mind that his first and only favorite was Obama Kush. Don't let him get out of the other four. Selena, don't let him get out of the other four.
Candy
Obama
Kush
Kush.
too.
Huh?
Also, they said Candy
Cotton,
Kush.
cotton
or
candy.
cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
All right.
Mhm.
That was her though, so they're 1 and 1.
Collectively, I thought.
I have
no?
to say,
Collectively, well, we can do collective.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
But
say-
you sign off on Obama Kush
I
though?
do.
Oh
Okay.
hell yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It was
Okay.
her family's friends.
Only if
Yeah.
they agree.
Blue
So-
Dream. Blue
Okay.
Dream.
Dream.
Now
yeah.
we're at 3.
Mhm.
And that's like the third or
Dream
fourth
is
time
great.
we've
It's
heard
kind
that.
of like going to McDonald's. You know, you
It
can,
is.
you know, you can
You know
count-
what you're gonna get.
You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But you know, the one strain that we both were knocked over with because he was on the East Coast, I was on the West Coast with my own weed journey, going up to our version. We had a Washington Park that we got weed at too. Here, Washington Park.
Right.
You went to Washington
I
Park
was
to
gonna
get
say
weed.
that.
You'd be like, "Hey, dude, can I get some weed?" You'd be like, "Hold on," and you'd have to go to
Right.
Northeast Portland, follow some guy in a Volvo, and then
In
hope
a
you get what you get.
Volvo. Holy
Get
shit.
what you get,
Or
and then
Prius.
you're lucky
Or
if they didn't take
Prius.
your money and run away.
Oh.
So, but it goes back to when they
They
wanted to
ran.
wow you when you were young. When they would pull it out, they'd say, "Dude, it's going to be 60." You're like, "What?" And he's like, "It's Maui Wowie." Oh, okay. We will scrap up those
We will
pennies.
take
Maui
that.
We will get those
Wowie.
quarters out of the car for the Maui Wowie.
Once Kid
Maui
Cudi made that
Wowie.
song, it went
Maui Wowie,
crazy.
$60 an eighth when you were younger. When I was
$60
younger.
an eighth was like the thing. I
A
remember
lot.
it was 65 where I'm from, and when you really
was
break
40
that
here.
down, they really didn't give you any deal. You paid for every piece. 3.5, $65. That was 20, 20, 25. You got a $5 break.
Okay.
I'm sorry, local drug dealers. And back home, a lot of West Coast people don't understand this. My man Bill probably understands. A dime is 0.5. A dub is a gram.
Mhm.
Out here, y'all think a dub is 2 grams and a dime is a gram, right?
Yep.
Right.
Nah. A 0.5 is a half a gram. That's $10. So the eighth should really be 70.
So
where
what's
we're
a
from.
nickel?
A nick, I think, is like 0.25. If anything,
Yeah.
it might be like a 3 or a 2, because you know how the East goes. You know what I mean? They were probably selling nicks of shake, like on God, like and and 0.1 of that was probably a stem.
Probably. Yeah. A thick
You know?
stem.
So
You know-
I've seen nicks a few times. I've never purchased, never ever purchased a nick, but I was definitely a dimer. Yeah, they just always seemed to feel the blunts I was rolling until I got to the West and I tried to roll something similar, and they looked at me like I was fucking crazy. And they were like, "You gotta put more weed in this." I was like, "What?" Like, I was like, "It's mad weed in there." They were like, "Nah, man, there's no weed in here."
It's always cost $35 or $40 for an eighth here since like the 80s.
Now I put like 2 grams in anything that I smoke, just because
2
like
grams. You and my niece Caitlin will get along very well.
I smoke like an ounce
I
a
used
day.
to say, "You waste weed," when she'd put 2 grams in one thing, but we just, we do
I
that
mean,
now.
It depends. I don't like if I have some real lumpy weed that's gonna make my blunt look like unsavory huge. I won't do it like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't need these like cigar
5
looking.
gram. Yeah.
Nah, because then you're not tasting the weed. You're just pulling through
Puffing.
all this shit. It's a cigar at that point. But
I like
there's
these
like
a
a
lot,
sweet
by the
spot,
way.
1.5, 2
Really
grams.
delicious.
Which ones
Yeah.
A
are
lot
they?
of flavor.
This one I'm smoking is the
iconic.
frosted cherry cookies.
Let's
Yeah.
get into
Frosted cherry cookies.
Yeah, it's delicious, by the way.
And I think the one I have is this one.
It is I don't know,
Rocks.
something blue. Something blue.
Lucid blue.
Lucid blue.
Lucid
Ooh,
blue.
I like that. So it's
Lucid
a part of Blue
blue.
Dream, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I'd have to
Lucid
Google
blue.
it.
It was
Lucid
definitely
blue.
something.
Yeah.
I feel
When
like anything
all these
blue-
strains started coming out, I was just like, okay, I'll
Excuse
just
me.
stick to the Blue Dream because I know I
Mm.
tried that and it's basically it is what it is, and it's pretty dependable. So there were a lot of strains like that, like Gorilla Glue and
Yeah.
all the
Purple Punch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lemon Kush,
old
and
trustees.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. We
All
tried them
reliable.
all, really.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, as many as we could.
That's great to try different ones so you find out what you like.
Especially when weed first got legal. I mean, I wanted to
Yeah.
try everything. My sister saved a voicemail that I left her at the day that I first bought all the legal weed that I was going to bring to the beach with us. And I had like 2 grams of this, 5 grams of that, 3, and I was naming it all off. And there was somebody came up to me while I was talking to her. And they were like, "Dude, can you smoke me out?" Because I was smoking out too at the Max Stop. And I'm like, "Sure." And she goes, "Don't smoke them out." And I smoked them out anyway. And I got a cold 2 weeks later. It's
Oh,
way
no.
pre-COVID, 10 years ago. But yeah, and she still says, I guess she still has it. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. That's funny.
Super excited and jubilant. So I probably named off all the strains that I bought,
I'll
That's
never
amazing.
forget going into a weed shop for the first time and being able to buy it, and it was set up like a boutique, and they had things in
Yes.
glass
Selena says you
cases.
used to be able to
They
take
had
dabs and
iPads,
shit.
Oh,
and I didn't have to wait for 6 hours for
Your
know
dealer.
Take dabs in there, she said.
In the weed shops?
When it was medical, before it went recreational, you got to
You could do
smoke.
dabs. Oh,
So one of the shops that I went to and was at a lot, we had like a pool table, dab bar, we had a couch, edibles.
Wow.
I went and did my college homework there when I was in nursing school.
Oh my
was it here in
God.
the Northwest?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
You're
cool.
gonna have to tell us word later.
Yeah. No, my shop's better. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
My shop's better.
Good.
Well, we had to go to Vancouver for the first year because Portland, Oregon, Oregon hadn't opened up until a year later. So
Mhm.
we were going up to Vancouver, and there were only a couple dispensaries up there. There was Main Street Marijuana, and there was the New Amsterdam.
Okay.
And so that's where we had to go for a while.
Yeah.
We were all worried that they'd be looking at our Oregon license and knowing that we were hopping across the bridge to buy weed and going back. We weren't supposed to do that.
No, we don't. As long as they don't ask and you don't tell, then everything's great. You're over 21.
Yep.
Good
Legal.
to go, Yeah.
Good to go.
Always. Yeah.
Not expired ID
Exactly.
or driver's
Yeah.
license.
Exactly. Yes.
That's freaking hilarious.
We are getting ready to wrap up soon, you guys.
Very
Uh-oh. Better finish this
Super
joint.
red.
Yeah, gotta finish our joints. Definitely.
Finish your joint.
He has 2 more strains.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Two more
we have to
strains?
wrap up with that.
Really
Yeah.
liked Willie's Wonder for a while.
What is that? See, that's why I
It's
make
specific
sure
to
everybody.
that.
It's because our ex brother-in-law, I love him, but he grew Willie's Wonder for years and years and years, and he gave it to us all the time because he had to give it away because he grew
The
too
big
much.
mason
And so
jar.
Justin, you heard of that before?
bales and bales
What?
of Willie's Wonder.
Yep,
Yeah,
Willie's Wonder.
and it became a favorite. It was really good.
I can't find Willie's Wonder right now, though. That's OG.
It's an old one.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
like,
he
you
might
can't
still
find
have
that
some
as
Yeah,
seeds.
it's spread out.
Well, we're not
Well,
his
maybe
wife
it'll be
anymore.
Yeah, some
I'll
seeds.
grow it.
We can grow the Willie's Wonder.
Maybe
Wow.
it could
Very
be
well.
like an heirloom variety,
And
like
then
heirloom
I-
I want
tomatoes.
to cross it with something, and then we'll make it my rapper strain, just because.
Oh yeah.
Wow, were you
What?
hoping that we said Willie's Wonder? Because we both were talking
We
about it on the
need
way here.
Seeds of Willie's Wonder.
I'm the one who told them. I'm like, well, I always
You
liked
can just
Willie's Wonder
one.
because these were, Doug. His name
One.
was Doug. I
Once.
love Doug. He's
So
still
once-
around.
What's our
But Doug grew great weed, and he grew cotton candy, and he grew Willie's Wonder. And
Dang.
Doug, if you have,
Did
any
we say
Willie's
Maui
Wonder
Wowie
seeds-
already
please.
as one of ours?
Yes.
Maui Wowie, yeah, I did.
Said
So I'm
that.
gonna have to say Sensimilia, just general Sensimilia, because that was really the first thing that opened the door to craft marijuana. And I think the Pacific Northwest is the epicenter of craft cannabis
It is.
for the world, just like we were for microbreweries and coffee.
Right.
We get into our stuff like that, and I think everybody's going to look to Portland,
Yeah.
Oregon.
Wait till Texas
and-
gets this. They have no
Yes.
idea
I've
they're
never-
going to have it packaged like
Yes.
this.
Right.
No idea.
I've
Edibles,
never ever
something like
asked
that.
anybody this, but let me. I want an honorable mention strain that's like kind of newer. Just an honorable mention of something you may have smoked within the last year.
Durban Poison.
All
Like
right.
Sativa.
Oh,
Alright.
sativa.
That's a sativa.
That is it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like Durban
Well,
Poison.
some days we
Okay.
play pinball, other days we go to the nude beach.
Okay.
Perfect.
What about you? What's one in the last year, Bill?
I don't know. There have been a lot of cheesecake ones that I liked.
It's real cakey in the streets right now. I know what you mean.
cheesy and
lot of
cakey.
Back-
It's just
Birthday. Oh, we were doing wedding cake for a while.
Wedding
I was
cake?
married.
Wedding
we
cake.
just, we
Cake all
just
the
got some,
time.
you
Yeah,
guys.
Wedding
like,
cake.
We gotta
Okay.
get wedding cake.
'cause we're newlyweds.
Got that for
We got a
sure.
really nice strain of wedding cake.
Oh, we'll have to get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we're always a sucker for it.
Definitely. Well, Selena, take us to the bridge. I appreciate you, Linda and Bill, for coming. This is the first customer episode ever.
Mhm.
Wow.
Probably the last one for a while because we just got to give them some room after this episode.
We're a lot to handle.
We'll come back with packages.
We almost had
We'll
this
bring
episode
presents.
be at their house.
We totally would
Oh,
be
yeah,
down
play
for that.
pinball
Yeah.
with
We
us.
did.
Yeah,
yes,
Led
we
Zeppelin.
did. And
Yeah.
like,
We're down.
But would you be allowed to have the Led Zeppelin music playing? Because it plays out
As
of the
long as we don't say that we own the rights when uploading the video, it should be okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
There's like a
Is
little thing. It asks you, do you own the rights or not? If
We
you
own the pinball machine.
Mhm.
there you go.
But not the rest
That's
of the
all you gotta own.
music.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah,
You
we
heard
would
it
love to
first.
have you guys over. Thank you so
Tell
much for having us. It
producers,
was
hell
fun.
yeah.
yes.
We appreciate it. We'll see you at the shop, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
However-
thanks for the goodies too.
Yeah.
This
Definitely.
cookie
Fun.
is
You're welcome.
delicious.
A
It
great
is.
cookie.
I'm
Shout out
really
to Laura
feeling it.
Mary
Highly
Jane.
recommended.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to
Yes.
Magic Number
Whoa.
Sodas.
CBD soda is really delicious.
This is
yeah.
not CBD.
This is not THC.
This is
Sorry.
real
THC.
Oh.
You're gonna be stoned.
Oh, there's still
Oh.
half of it left. Anybody want to get in on that? I'm still
I
like,
kept drinking the Coke when I meant to
It's
switch it
delicious,
to the
by the
ginger
way.
beer. If you're watching the beginning of this episode, I said I was going to switch it. I never did. Thank you for watching.
Real
Really
quick, you
appreciate
guys. So this July 24th, we have a huge block party happening with Smokies. We have multiple artists. If you go follow us on Instagram, you can actually see the post where it shows the time, our address, who's going to be there. There's going to be vendors that are just street vendors, you guys. And we're going to have like fishing for rubber ducks, so you can win prizes for the store and for Smokies Edible Company. So definitely come to that block party. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. So thank you for staying tuned to our episode, season 2, episode 5. Thank you very much, you guys.
Dang,
Yeah.
it's been a lot of episodes. 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.